guys, and welcome to part 3 of How to Trip Vanuatu. And we're on the way to our accommodation for one night, but after that time we booked the Airbnb for 3 nights. And it's not so expensive, because if you're more than 3 people, it's completely worth it to book an Airbnb. And I think we're not doing that much today, just check in and have a nice night. And yeah, I think we have a lot of trips and stuff to do tomorrow, so we will see it now. Next morning, it's 9:15 and we're sitting in a taxi because yesterday we wanted to rent a car, but the car rental per one day is 10,000. For 2 days it's just 9,000. And the taxi driver, Jacob, he gave us an offer to drive us around the whole day for 5,000, so that's what we're doing. So next stop, the Riri Blue Lagoon. You can see it, it's beautiful. And it's just 500 Vanuatu entrance, the same as on the $1 Million Point. $5 per person, that's awesome. Next stop is Port Orrery. We stopped at the restaurant of our taxi driver, and he had a beautiful restaurant on the beach in Port Orrery, and we got some dinner or lunch, and now we rent some kayaks and driving to a small island to, I don't know the name of the island, but it's a small island. And yeah, Justin, what are we doing now?
We're going with the kayak over to the other island.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. It was just 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, crystal clear water, and we have a beautiful sunset now behind the mountains, and we're on the small island now. Beautiful water, beautiful sunset. Do it when you're here. Port Orrery. Next day in Espiritu Santo, and we went to another blue lagoon, the Matevulu Blue Lagoon. It's also 500 Vanuatu entrance fee, and it's not so nice as the Riri Blue Lagoon, but it's also beautiful. Day in Espiritu Santo, we didn't do that much because I was sick for 2 days and Annalena also didn't feel so well. So we just visited one blue hole, and that was the end of Espiritu Santo. And yesterday we came back from Santo, spent one more day in Port Via. I get a tattoo, Justin get 2 tattoos on his legs, and today is the day we come back to Melbourne. I'm very glad. What about you?
It was pretty awesome.
It was awesome, but I'm happy to be back in Melbourne.
True.
I want to give you a few more things about Vanuatu if you're thinking of traveling to. Like I said before, I was sick for the last 2 days, so it wasn't possible for us to go to the Champagne Beach, which is one of the most, if not the most beautiful beach in Vanuatu. My microphone broke down in the $1 Million Point, so it wasn't possible for me to film anything. The $1 Million Point is a point in the ocean where the Americans dumped all their cars, weapons, cannons in the Second World War when they left Vanuatu. You can snorkel there, you can dive there. There's a really huge boat where you can scuba dive. It's beautiful there, and definitely a place to see when you're on Vanuatu, and especially on Espiritu Santo. If you have time and you're traveling especially from April to June in Vanuatu, then you should go to the island Pentecost. Pentecost is famous for its bungee jumps. That's exactly the place where the original bungee jump came from. The local people, the local men, jumping from 20 to 24 meters high wood buildings down to the earth with original made bungee jumps ropes. It's definitely a place to see, but we were there in March, so we weren't able to see that because on the one side we didn't have that much time, on the other side we were at the wrong time. So April to June, it's the place to go to Pentecost. So how to get around in Vanuatu? That's quite simple. There are a few ways to get around in Vanuatu. The first thing is you can fly. That's the easiest way. There's a national airline called Air Vanuatu. It flies from the main island to a few islands, not to everyone, but to a few. And the flights are around about $120 US. That's what we paid, and we booked around 1 week in advance. We flew from Port Vila to Tanna, from Tanna to Espiritu Santo, but we had a stay over in Port Vila, so that's you always coming back to Port Vila. The second one is the air taxi. The air taxi is like a normal taxi, just an airplane. It's yellow, it's small, it fits 8 people, goes 2 times a day, and it's almost the same price as the normal airplane, but because it's a special thing, most of the people want to do that, so it's most of the time booked out if you don't book too long in advance. And the third way is by ferry. If you have not a limited time and you can spend how long as you want on Vanuatu, then you can go with the ferry. It's way cheaper than the flights, but it takes almost 24, 25, not longer, from one island to the other island. So if you're thinking about that, go for it. There's another thing I want to say about the island Tanna. If you come especially for the volcano, Mount Yasua, you have to make sure that you come between February and April, because in these 2 or 3 months the volcano is active enough to see all day and all night eruptions, but not too active to be dangerous for the people around the volcano or for you. If you're planning after to go to Pentecost because of the bungee jumps, then you should come between end of March, early April. You will be fine there in this time. So a last few words about this trip in Vanuatu. A few people ask me if it's a place to go, if it's a place must see if you're in this area, because not so many people knew about this place before, and also myself, I heard the first time in Australia of Vanuatu because a girl in hostel we met told us that she went to Vanuatu and we had to go there because it's beautiful. So that was the first time I've ever heard of Vanuatu. I would definitely go back someday because I didn't see anything like Pentecost, the dugongs, swim with the dugongs. There's so many things you can do. If you wanted to see everything, you should spend 4 weeks there. It's my opinion. If you don't want to be in a rush all the time and just relax someday, plan 4 weeks and you will be fine. Yeah, I hope you guys liked this how to travel Vanuatu videos. Give me a thumbs up button. Maybe if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe it. And we will see each other in a few weeks when I'm traveling to the country with the highest mountain in the world. So see you there.